Hey Fearless Millionaires, in this lesson, I'm going to share with you how school is not good enough. You know, in every country, in all parts of the world, school is a basic standard procedure. It's a standard thing we go through in order to educate ourselves to get better. So we start off as a small child, and without any choice, we just get put into a system, an organized plan, an education system. And you know, around the world, education systems vary, and there's different topics that are important to some countries and others, such as, history is a very different subject for different countries, and mathematics plays an importance in different countries, right? Every country is going to have their own way to what they think is the best way to get education to their citizens. But I want to share something with you that's so important, because I want you to know that just school, whether it's you're starting at a young age, whether you're starting middle school or even advanced school, high school, or even if you go to university, it's not good enough. I've talked to a lot of people that have degrees and high levels of education, whether they're doctors or their master's degree or even bachelor's degrees. And one thing that I've noticed even with doctors is they always tend to be someone who continually studies even more, right? Although they go through the system and they go and educate themselves and they get more knowledge, they're always educating themselves. So a doctor tends to become more specific through the regular education system. However, there's also some people, which you probably know or maybe even heard of, there's people who quit school altogether. They just quit school, they drop out of school, and then they start a business, and then they end up becoming a big business, right? But there's also people who drop out of school and they don't make it at all, and they struggle the rest of their lives. So there's two sides to every story. There's two sides to every situation. So the thing is that what's important, and what I want to share with you, is what's important after you finish school, right? After you go, maybe you get a degree, maybe you don't, maybe you just finish your advanced education, that's fine as well. Or maybe you drop out, okay? Here's the thing. What's important is what's called specialized education, okay? Also known as self-education. And what that is education where you discover or find something that you're really interested in, something that really just gets you excited, that you just love to do, and you learn about that. I'm not just talking about something that you're passionate about and you do it on the side as a hobby, or you're passionate about it but you don't even do it. I'm talking about something that you're passionate about, but yet you study that industry. You study that. Recently I was talking to a gal who is interested in singing, and singing is a very actionable thing. But how much can you learn about singing? There's a heck of a lot you can learn about singing, right? You can learn how to read music. You can learn how the history of music, right? There's so much to music that you can know about and learn about, right? So what I want to encourage you, no matter what it is you're passionate about, no matter what it is you truly desire to do, what I'm going to encourage you to do is learn more about that industry, learn more and study. It's not just about reading, it's about studying. Anyone can read, whether it's a newspaper or a book, and you can just simply read something to read it because it's of interest to you. But a deep study of something is where you're not just reading one book, but maybe you're reading a few books about the same topic. You're getting different opinions, you're researching. A study is much more in depth, and it's a much more defined research about a specific topic of something that you're interested in. So what I would encourage you to do is study. Don't just read something to read it because you like it or you're passionate about it. Study it. Study the industry that you want. This is called specialized knowledge. And you can actually earn more money from specialized knowledge. That's actually how some people become coaches or trainers, consultants, right? They have a specialized knowledge in a specific thing. Also, when you're so active in something, you actually gain what's called the experience factor, right? Gaining experience is what you take the knowledge and you apply that knowledge and you put that together. That's experience. Experience is also failures, things that you've gone through, things that didn't work and things that did work in your trial and error and trying things out and testing things. That's experience. There's something that's so powerful about experience that, it just sets people apart, right? When you see someone who actually is doing something that some people just wish There's a difference between the actual doer and the person who's wishing about it, right? The wisher is just thinking, and the doer is actually doing and getting results, right? So the person who's always doing, and if you want to grow yourself and better your life, you have to be not just a reader, not just a wisher. You have to be a doer. You have to be someone who's actually doing and gaining that experience. So I want to give you a few strategies that you can implement in your life to help you increase your specialized knowledge, because just regular education, no matter what country you come from, no matter how good or bad the education system is in that area, it doesn't matter. You have to continually educate yourself to get better. Now, that doesn't mean you go educate yourself on everything. No, just focus on what you truly love and passionate about. And maybe you can make money from that thing, that one thing that you truly love, okay? So let me give you some strategies that you can implement in your life very quickly. It's very simple too. So the first thing that I actually personally, let me tell you a story. When I used to sell newspapers on the side of the road, I used to hold newspapers and sell newspapers, and I also used to deliver them to people's homes. And I used to do that every day. I used to wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning every day, and I would be on the road by 4:30, and I'd start, delivering and selling newspapers to people, okay? That was my hustle. That's what I did. That's all I knew. Now, that didn't take a lot of specialized knowledge, but one thing I did do is I did study about the newspaper industry. I knew who the biggest player was. I know who the biggest companies were. I knew how many papers they had in circulation. It was just me studying about the industry that I was in. So I didn't just do the job to do the job, right? So I used to sell those newspapers on the side of the road. That was my hustle. After that, what I did was I'd usually end about 3 hours later. So about 7 o'clock, I'd head over to a cafe and I'd literally read for 2 hours. That was my thing. I had to read until 9 o'clock. And I loved it. I really did. I loved the reading that I did. I read about topics on personal development, on leadership, on business, on how to make more money. And I would just read every day for 2 hours. Sometimes I'd bring like 2 books. I'd read 1 hour, I'd read one book, and then another hour I'd read another book after that, so kind of change it up a little bit. But I did that consistently every day, Monday through Saturday, every week, every day, all the time, okay? Now, I'm not saying you need to go out and do that for 2 hours. Today, I've actually found a unique way to actually, instead of just reading for 2 hours, I didn't always apply everything. So I want to give you a strategy that's really powerful that you can, this is after years of experience of reading and applying. So what I encourage you to do is get in the topics, read about something that the topics that you truly love, okay, and read for 30 minutes a day or 1 chapter a day. Okay, now I personally recommend in the morning. That's what I like to do. I like to read for 30 minutes in the morning, or a chapter a day, and that just gets my mind working about that particular thing. Another thing you can do in order to enhance your study is also maybe watch 1 or 2 videos, whether it's on YouTube or maybe it's in a program you're in, 1 or 2 videos to also stimulate your mind. If you can learn, self-educate yourself for 1 hour a day, whether it's 30 minutes in the morning, maybe a few minute videos at night, something like that. Maybe it's an audio, you can listen to an audio program at night or during the day. I would just make sure it's on a specific part of your day, whether it's in the morning or it's at night. Just make sure it's at those specific times of the day. Try not to do it in the middle of the day when you're hustling, right? Try not to do that, okay? I encourage you to do it in the morning or at night. Now, the reason why I say this is because it gets your mind working, whether it's at night, your mind starts going, and you sometimes you even fall asleep thinking about it, and it gives you different ideas. Another thing in the morning is really powerful too, because it sets your mind up for the rest of the day as well. So I personally like to read for 30 minutes in the morning and watch some videos so that I can just start getting my mind working and rolling, right? So keep that in mind. If you do that about a topic that you truly like and you truly love, it will help advance yourself in that industry. What you want to do, keep this in mind, what you want to do is become an expert in that industry. I was recently talking to a fan who sent me a message, and he said he truly loves farming, right? And I asked him, I said, okay, have you done farming? Have you read about farming? Are you studying farming? And he was a doer, but he wasn't self-educating himself about farming, right? So I told him to go pick up some books on farming and learn how to get better in advanced farming. And he thought it was a great idea. He never thought about it before. And that's how you can grow and get better, because sometimes you're going to meet certain people in the same industry and you want to either be able to share good ideas with them or at least be able to hold a conversation so you can network and grow your sphere of influence. So anyway, I wanted to let you know that just school itself is not enough. You must self-educate yourself. If you want to make more money, if you want your career to grow, you want to do better in life, you have to self-educate yourself outside of your regular school system, okay? Don't expect anyone else to do it for you. The government's not going to help you. No one else in your family or friends, and none of that's going to happen. You are responsible for your future. You are responsible for how much money you're going to make, and you got to make that happen. If you like this video or you learned something from this video, please like it and also share it with someone that you know that would enjoy it or it'd impact their life. Also, leave a comment in the comment section. I'd love to hear from you. I do read all the comments. I do try to reply to all the comments as well. But share your thoughts, what you think. And also, if you want to see new and upcoming videos that we have, please like our page so that way you can see more videos that come out from the Fearless Millionaire. My name is Nathan, and I'm so appreciative, and I thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Go out and do this. Go out and do it. Don't just listen to what I have to say. Go out and do what I have to say, okay? I look forward to talking with you real soon, and make sure you live fearless.